Welcome everybody! Today we're embarking on a unique journey through the realm of video games, one that goes beyond the surface level excitement of traditional gaming. We're diving into a selection of titles that courageously explore the depths of human experience, challenging players to confront serious themes and moral complexities. Video games have evolved into a powerful medium for storytelling, and some developers have pushed the boundaries, creating narratives that resonate on a profound level. In this exploration, we'll venture into worlds that are not just pixels and polygons, but reflections of the human condition. Before we jump into the games, let's take a moment to appreciate the artistry and innovation that game developers bring to these experiences. They have crafted virtual worlds that serve as canvases for thought-provoking narratives, delving into the complexities of morality, survival, and the darker aspects of our society. But this isn't just about entertainment, it's about the potential of video games as a form of art and expression. Each pixel, every line of code, contributes to an interactive journey that can leave a lasting impact. So grab your controller, buckle up, and join us as we explore the immersive and sometimes unsettling landscapes of video games that tackle serious themes. Throughout this video, we'll be highlighting games that have dared to tackle topics such as the psychological toll of war, the impact of conflict on civilians, the dehumanizing effects of bureaucracy, and the exploration of mental health. These are narratives that go beyond the typical gaming experience, inviting players to reflect on the human experience in ways that only video games can offer. So without further ado, let's jump into the first game on our list, a title that challenges the conventional notions of heroism and morality. Get ready for an explanation of Spec Ops: The Line. Spec Ops: The Line is a military shooter that takes players through a gripping story that unfolds in a post-apocalyptic Dubai. It challenges the player's morality and perception of right and wrong, making it a compelling exploration of the psychological toll of war. The player faces morally ambiguous choices that challenge the traditional hero narrative found in many shooters. Spec Ops: The Line's narrative unfolds as a deconstruction of traditional military shooter tropes. Captain Martin Walker's journey transcends the usual hero narrative, leading players through a narrative that grapples with the consequences of war. The story challenges players' preconceptions and explores the psychological toll on both the individual and the collective, painting a bleak picture of morality in the midst of chaos. The visuals are more than aesthetics, they are an integral part of the storytelling. The sun-drenched Dubai, buried in sand, serves as a metaphor for the buried truths and moral ambiguities within the narrative. The haunting visuals and atmospheric soundtrack immerse players in a world where every step forward is a step into the depths of human nature. What sets Spec Ops apart is its unflinching exploration of moral ambiguity. The decisions players make have consequences that resonate not only within the game's narrative, but also within the player's own moral compass. It's a game that prompts reflection, forcing players to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves and the nature of war. The game's visual design contributes significantly to its narrative impact. Dubai's sun-drenched skyscrapers swallowed by sand create a surreal and unsettling environment. The juxtaposition of beauty and destruction amplifies the emotional weight of the choices players make, fostering an immersive experience that transcends the typical military shooter formula. As the story progresses, the distinction between right and wrong becomes increasingly blurred, culminating in a gripping exploration of the human cost of conflict. In conclusion, Spec Ops: The Line is not your typical military shooter. Set in a post-apocalyptic Dubai, the game presents a gritty and morally ambiguous story. As Captain Martin Walker, players face difficult decisions that challenge the traditional hero archetype, leading to a narrative that explores the psychological toll of war on both individuals and societies. Spec Ops: The Line is the biggest example of narrative depth. The next game on the list is This War of Mine. Unlike traditional war games, this one puts you in the shoes of civilians trying to survive in a war-torn city. It delves into the harsh realities of conflict, emphasizing tough decision-making and the impact of war on ordinary people. Players must guide a group of survivors through the challenges of war, making tough decisions for the group's survival. The game's brilliance lies in its depiction of ordinary people trying to survive in the midst of conflict. The emphasis on resource management and the day-to-day struggle for survival paints a poignant picture of the impact of war on the civilian population. Unlike many war games that glorify combat, this War of Mine evokes genuine emotions. The stark, hand-drawn visuals and the haunting musical score create an emotionally charged atmosphere. The game doesn't shy away from the harsh realities of war, making players acutely aware of the fragility of life and the profound consequences of their decisions. This War of Mine empowers players with agency, but that agency comes with a heavy burden. The choices made aren't just about completing objectives, they're about navigating an ethical minefield. Each decision carries weight, forcing players to grapple with the ethical implications of their actions in a morally ambiguous world. This War of Mine revolutionizes the war game genre by placing players in the shoes of civilians rather than soldiers. The game perfectly captures the desperation and struggle for survival as players guide a group of everyday people through a city ravaged by war. Every decision, from scavenging for resources to interacting with other survivors, carries profound consequences, highlighting the harsh realities faced by civilians during conflict. The emotional impact that sets this War of Mine apart is its emotional resonance. The game doesn't glamorize war, instead it delves into the emotional toll on ordinary people. The evocative art style and the haunting soundtrack contribute to a somber atmosphere, making players keenly aware of the weight of their choices and the impact of war on those who are not directly engaged in combat. In the end, this War of Mine stands as a testament to the potential of video games as a medium for meaningful storytelling, challenging players to reflect on the broader implications of war beyond the battlefield. It's a unique and impactful experience that goes beyond entertainment, inviting players to contemplate the human stories often overlooked in traditional narratives of conflict.
Let's dig through this pile first, since we have the shovel.
Moving on, we have Papers, Please. This unique simulation game puts players in the role of a border control officer. It explores themes of bureaucracy, morality, and the human cost of political decisions. It's a thought-provoking experience that goes beyond the usual gaming norms. Set in a fictional dystopian world, the game puts players in the role of a border control officer. Through mundane tasks, it explores the dehumanizing effects of bureaucracy and the moral consequences of following orders, all within a politically charged environment. In the role of an immigration officer, it puts players in situations where decisions have immediate and often poignant impacts on the lives of virtual characters, highlighting the complexities of political and ethical choices. As an immigration officer, players must navigate a web of regulations, ethical dilemmas, and personal consequences. The game cleverly intertwines political commentary with the player's individual choices, creating an experience that challenges preconceived notions of right and wrong. The brilliance of Papers, Please lies in its ability to make players feel the weight of their decisions. Each approval, denial, or detainment has an impact on virtual lives. The game's ability to combine gameplay mechanics with its narrative makes it a standout example of how video games can provoke introspection on political and moral issues. Papers, Please takes a mundane task, border control, and transforms it into a riveting exploration of morality and bureaucracy. The game's genius lies in turning routine decisions into moral dilemmas, showcasing the dehumanizing effects of bureaucratic systems and the ethical challenges faced by individuals within them. The consequences of your choices. Every stamp, every approval, and every denial has far-reaching consequences. This game ingeniously waves the consequences of decisions into the unfolding narrative, creating a sense of responsibility that extends beyond the virtual border. Papers, Please is a testament to how gameplay mechanics can be seamlessly integrated with storytelling, reinforcing the impact of player choices. Beyond the personal stories, Papers, Please serves as a political commentary on authoritarian regimes and the human cost of stringent border policies. The game invites players to reflect not only on the virtual lives they control, but also on the real-world implications of similar systems. In the end, Papers, Please is more than a game. It's a socio-political commentary wrapped in a gaming experience. It challenges players to reflect not only on the virtual lives they control, but also on the real-world implications of blind adherence to authority. As players navigate the intricate web of political intrigue, they are confronted with the harsh realities of a world where personal decisions can have profound consequences, making Papers, Please a standout example of how video games can serve as a medium for social and political reflection. Now let's talk about Heavy Rain. This interactive drama thriller weaves a dark and intense narrative where players make crucial decisions that shape the outcome. With a focus on a gripping mystery and moral ambiguity, it is a game that keeps you on the edge of your seat. This game is an interactive cinematic experience with a strong emphasis on player choices. It revolves around a gripping mystery and the actions of 4 protagonists. The decisions players make influence the narrative and determine the fates of the characters. As an interactive drama, Heavy Rain is a great interactive cinematic experience that revolves around a gripping mystery. The game is known for its branching storylines, intricate characters, and the emotional weight of choices that shape the fates of the characters involved. Heavy Rain redefines interactive storytelling by presenting a narrative-driven experience where player choices have tangible and lasting effects on the plot. Through the lives of 4 protagonists, players become immersed in a complex mystery that explores the boundaries of morality, justice, and sacrifice. The game's success lies in its ability to make players active participants in a cinematic and emotionally charged narrative.
Going by the smell,
The narrative branches and converges based on the choices players make, providing a sense of agency rarely seen in traditional storytelling mediums. This intricate web of decision-making not only affects the immediate plot, but also influences character relationships and ultimate outcomes, creating a highly replayable and emotionally engaging experience. Heavy Rain's innovation lies in its evolution of interactive storytelling. The game blurs the lines between cinema and gaming, placing players in control of characters whose fates are shaped by their decisions. The result, an emotionally charged narrative that keeps players on the edge of their seats. The narrative's complexity is amplified by its branching structure. Every decision, every action, influences the trajectory of the story. The game's replayability stems from the myriad ways the narrative can unfold, encouraging players to explore different paths and discover the far-reaching consequences of their choices. Emotional engagement. Heavy Rain succeeds in creating a deep emotional connection between players and characters. This game doesn't shy away from tackling intense and often uncomfortable themes, immersing players in a narrative that is as emotionally impactful as it is suspenseful. In the end, Heavy Rain is more than a game. It's an interactive journey into the complexities of the human psyche. By providing players with the agency to mold the narrative, it challenges conventional storytelling norms, creating an experience that lingers in the minds of players long after the credits roll. As a trailblazer in interactive storytelling, Heavy Rain showcases the potential of video games as a medium for nuanced and emotionally resonant narratives. Moving into the realm of atmospheric platformers, Inside is an eerie and haunting experience. The game explores dystopian themes, presenting a mysterious world filled with unsettling imagery. Its narrative unfolds without explicit exposition, leaving players to interpret the story's darker elements. Inside is known for its minimalist storytelling and atmospheric design. The game's dark and surreal atmosphere adds to its intrigue. Inside is an atmospheric platformer that relies on minimalistic storytelling. The game's dark and surreal ambiance, combined with thought-provoking puzzles, creates an immersive experience that sparks curiosity. The game immerses players in a narrative that relies on environmental storytelling and player interpretation, encouraging them to piece together the narrative puzzle. Inside's strength lies in its ability to convey a compelling story without explicit exposition. Every visual detail contributes to the game's overarching mystery, inviting players to think about the narrative's meaning. The haunting visuals and soundtrack combine to create an atmospheric experience that lingers long after the game is completed. I love that this game's story is told by the environment itself. The crumbling structures, the desolate landscape, they really make this story as eerie as the game looks. The game's very weird ending has fueled discussions and many interpretations. Inside doesn't hand everything to the player on a platter, instead it sparks curiosity. This game's success not just lies in the puzzles it presents, but in the questions it also leaves unanswered. The game's success is not solely dependent on its puzzle-solving mechanics, but on the emotions it evokes and the questions it leaves unanswered. Inside isn't just a game, it's an artistic expression that goes beyond traditional gaming boundaries, demonstrating the potential of video games as a form of interactive art. By creating a hauntingly beautiful and thought-provoking experience, Inside showcases the ability of video games to elicit emotional responses and engage players on a profound level. Yes, I used ChatGPT to write that part of the script. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. This action-adventure game delves into the mind of its protagonist, exploring psychosis and mental health. With stunning visuals and a gripping narrative, it offers a unique and intense gaming experience. Focused on Senua, a Celtic warrior, the game delves into psychosis and mental health. It incorporates intense, immersive experiences to simulate the challenges faced by someone dealing with mental illness. The game has been praised for its portrayal of psychological struggles. The game employs intense visuals and audio to simulate the challenges of mental health. It's a groundbreaking exploration of psychological struggles within a compelling action-adventure framework. This game takes an innovative approach by placing mental health at the forefront of its narrative. Through the eyes of Senua, players navigate a nightmarish world that blurs the line between reality and delusion. The game's commitment to portraying mental health challenges authentically sets it apart. The game's audio design, particularly the use of binaural audio, enhances the immersive experience, replicating the auditory hallucinations experienced by those with mental health conditions. Combined with striking visuals, Hellblade provides players with a visceral and empathetic journey into the mind of its protagonist, fostering a greater understanding of mental health struggles. Hellblade doesn't just depict mental health, it allows players to experience it. The game fosters empathy and understanding, breaking down stigmas surrounding mental health. Senua's journey becomes a metaphor for the internal battles that individuals with mental health conditions face, making it a transformative and enlightening experience. In summary, Hellblade showcases the potential of video games as a medium for empathy and education. By tackling the complications of mental health within an engaging narrative, the game stands as a testament to the power of storytelling in fostering understanding and breaking down societal taboos. Hellblade shows how video games can be a vehicle for meaningful exploration of complex and often misunderstood aspects of the human experience.
Senua, if I can survive the fire of certain and escape my darkness, then so can you. Run, Senua! Run! Through the fire! Keep running! Go on! Nothing can stop you! Run, Senua! Run! Run!
She's dying! It's happening.
No list would be complete without The Last of Us. This post-apocalyptic masterpiece takes players on an emotional journey, exploring the bonds between characters in a world ravaged by a fungal pandemic. This is a testament to the power of storytelling in video games. Set in a post-apocalyptic world, the game follows Joel and Ellie as they navigate a dangerous landscape. The emotional depth of characters and their relationships, combined with the harsh realities of survival, creates a compelling narrative that resonates with players on a profound level. The Last of Us is a magnum opus in the video game industry, seamlessly blending intense action gameplay with a deeply emotional and character-driven story. What sets The Last of Us apart is its commitment to character development. Joel and Ellie's relationship is at the core of the story, and the game masterfully explores themes of loss, love, and the moral gray areas that emerge in a world devoid of traditional societal structures. Every encounter and every decision serves to deepen the connection between players and the characters, creating an unforgettable storytelling experience. The Last of Us is a masterclass in emotional storytelling within the gaming medium. From the outset, players are immersed in a world ravaged by a fungal pandemic, and the narrative unfolds as a gripping journey of survival and human connection. What sets The Last of Us apart is the depth of its characters. Joel and Ellie's relationships evolve organically, shaped by the challenges they face. The challenges these characters face throughout the game make the developers make these characters not just feel like virtual avatars, but like genuine individuals with complex emotions and motivations. The post-apocalyptic world of The Last of Us is not just a backdrop, it's a character in itself. The meticulous world building contributes to the immersive storytelling, creating a sense of place in history that enriches the overall narrative. Every dilapidated building, every overgrown street tells a story of the world's downfall. In the end, The Last of Us is more than a game. It's a transformative storytelling experience that showcases the narrative potential of video games. By seamlessly integrating intense action with profound character development and moral exploration, the game stands as a testament to the capacity of video games to elicit complex emotions and provoke contemplation on the human experience. In the world of gaming, The Last of Us remains a touchstone, illustrating the medium's potential for nuanced and emotionally resonant narratives. Yes, I used ChatGPT again to write this part of the script, because I don't know what to do for it.
For all those goddamn years I took care of us.
Took care? That's what you call it? I got nothing but nightmares from those years.
You survived because of me.
It wasn't worth it?
I bring you the cure from mankind, and you want to play the pissy little brother.
We ain't back in Boston. You lay your hands on me again, it won't end well for you.
The hell is that?
We're under attack. You still remember how to kill, right?
Yeah.
So there you have it, a glimpse into the world of video games that tackle dark and serious themes. These games go beyond entertainment, challenging players to think about the human experience in different ways. These games not only provide engaging gameplay, but also challenge players to reflect on complex themes such as morality, survival, and the human condition, showcasing the potential for video games to be a powerful medium for storytelling and exploration of serious topics. As I conclude my dive of these remarkable games, I've ventured into worlds that transcend the boundaries of traditional gaming. From the moral complexities of war in Spec Ops: The Line, to the emotional struggles of civilians in This War of Mine, and the thought-provoking bureaucracy of Papers, Please, each game has left an indelible mark on the landscape of video game storytelling. Heavy Rain immersed us in an interactive drama where our choices sculpted the narrative, while Inside invited us to interpret its enigmatic story through atmospheric puzzles. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice courageously tackled mental health, and The Last of Us stands as a pinnacle of emotional storytelling in a post-apocalyptic world. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. This one took quite a long time to make, but I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, always leave a like, always subscribe as well. I'm trying to hit 500 subs by the end of my sophomore year of high school, so that would really, be appreciated. Other than that though, thank you guys so much for watching. I love and appreciate every single one of you. Let me know what you think of the video by commenting below. Other than that though, I'm out. Thank you for watching.